you'll be delighted to know that it depends. And it depends on which country you are planning to sell in. So here's a little bit of background first before I fully flesh out the answer to this question. Skincare is, I think, one of the hardest categories to sell in on Amazon, because lots and lots of people go to Amazon to buy skincare products. Now, what that means is there's lots of competition to sell people who are there to buy said skincare products. So you're going to have lots and lots of competition. What Amazon has therefore done is they've really tightened up who they're letting sell skincare products on Amazon, who they're going to let people do that to. So it's become probably in the top 3 most difficult products to sell on Amazon is skincare related products. So that's a little bit of background to it, all right? So know what you're getting into before you decide to get into it. However, on Amazon in Australia right now, it's actually, I don't want to say it's easy to sell skincare, but it's easier to sell skincare than it is on Amazon in any other marketplace, because Amazon's trying to grow in Australia. Therefore, the restrictions are not as tight as they are in other countries. And there's a whole raft of reasons why that's the case, but just trust me, that's what's currently happening. So it's a good time to get into skincare if you can put up with the shit, if you can put up with the crap associated with selling on it. So let's look at the crap. If you're going to sell on Amazon.com, you're going to need 3 things. You're going to need 3 things. You will need what's called to sell, you'll need what's called a certificate of analysis. You'll also need the FDA, it's called an Orange Book number, which just means you've got FDA approval to sell your product. And you'll also probably need a good manufacturing practices certificate from the people who made your product, okay? That's to actually start the process of getting ungated and to actually get you able to sell on there, all right? If you have those things, that means that you have probably worked with a supplier in the United States to put your product together. And so as far as labeling goes, your supplier will be able to supply you with the label to sell on Amazon.com, because it doesn't matter if you're selling on Amazon.com or Walmart or anywhere else, it's the same rules apply in America. So if you're selling on Amazon.com and you've sourced your supplier domestically, i.e. you've got a private label supplier in the United States, your label is pretty simple. They will take care of that for you, okay? So that's the States. But as I said, it's actually very, very difficult to sell in the States, particularly now. Australia is a little bit different. So let's just go and look at some Australian-based things. So first thing you're going to need to know is TGA. So you'll need to get yourself pretty familiar with the TGA here in Australia. And then you're also going to need to find out a little bit about these guys too. I'm going to give you both of these, don't worry. So here's that product safety, and I'm also going to give you the TGA thing as well. All right. So your labels themselves, so actually it's mandated what you've got to put onto them. So that's all been mandated by the TGA, depending, and this is where it gets interesting, if your product makes any claims whatsoever about the efficacy of the product, or one of the ingredients has been deemed to have been made a claim previously about the therapeutic benefits of that particular ingredient, then you need to go through TGA to request the ability to sell the product, all right? Massively important, complete pain in the butt. However, If you're selling something where lots of other people are selling it and it's not a therapeutic product for skincare, then you're okay just here. So I'm going to give you this. This is pretty simple, pretty easy to follow, all right? Dead easy. You basically just got to put all your ingredients and the country of origin on your label. That's pretty much it, all right? That basically boils down to that. The ingredients of your product, and you need a disclaimer about skincare, but that's again pretty easy. Pretty simple to do, all right? As long as you're not making any crazy claims, it's pretty simple to do. With a caveat. If you are sourcing your skincare products outside of Australia, e.g. China, expect to have a monumental nightmare to get ungated to sell on Amazon. Expect it to be extremely difficult to do. No matter where you are in your particular Amazon journey, expect it to be hard to do. So my advice would be to source your products from within Australia. You're going to find it much easier to get yourself the ability to sell. The labels themselves are actually pretty simple. It's pretty well laid out depending on what you're selling. It's pretty well laid out, and I've given you links for that. But it's the getting permission to sell that is more likely to put a stumbling block in your way. That's probably where you're going to get the bigger thing. As long as you're not trying to sell something where you make claims like this cures eczema, for instance, is a claim, and you'll get yourself into a whole heap of trouble, and you'll put yourself into the TGA rather than into this product safety one. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.